The beta of Diablo 4 is already filled with content, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys I have on my planning for the coming weeks and months. Well, in this video, I want to talk a little bit more about all the different NPCs and vendors it comes with, as these will probably also be available during the full release, so you're better well aware of what all these vendors can do for you, from changing your world difficulty to gambling for legendary items, heal up for the next battle, and also change the attributes of your gear. Heck, make them even more powerful. So let's check them out one by one. Alright, so here we are in the middle of Kyovashad, which is pretty much the main town or city of Act 1, the Fractured Peaks. So, from the center of the town, we walk to the northeast, and right here you will already find your world tier statue. This one is pretty important to change the difficulty of your game. So the first world tier is Adventurer, recommended for players between 1 and 50 to give you a casual experience when playing through the game. I definitely recommend you to go with Veteran though, as this will make everything a little bit more challenging, while monsters will also give you more experience and drop more gold. After you've made a little bit of progression in the game, you can unlock Nightmare difficulty, and I am very much looking forward to both Nightmare and especially Torment, but if you're playing Nightmare, you will find sacred and unique items. Champion monsters with damage resistance auras can also appear, while they will give you more experience, drop more gold, but also have more resistances. So definitely a more challenging game mode, while Torment, of course, is gonna give us the ultimate experience. You'll probably find a world tier statue in every capital in the game, while right now we're gonna check out the Curiosity vendor, which is also one you definitely want to keep your eyes on, as this one can be very nice for upgrades, especially to get your hands on some legendaries if they don't drop in the world. So right here we have Lisbeth. If we open up the map, she is right here at the southeast of the village. And you definitely want to check out this merchant pretty early after you've gotten your hands on your first Obols, which are the currency for the Curiosity vendor. But in the very bottom right here, you can also find Whispering Keys. If you already stumbled upon these chests, which are locked, well, this is what the Whispering Keys are for. So probably the most important item right here. We can purchase all different kinds of melee, ranged weapons, but also armor. And I definitely recommend you to go for the armor slots first, as these are pretty cheap. Since this is a gambling mechanic and you will have a random rarity every time when you purchase an item, I don't recommend you to go for the expensive ones. While if you have all the Obols in the world to blow, then you could go for it. While right now we need some nice legendary gloves. So I'm gonna check these out. So we got lucky right off the bat. That's pretty cool. Well, if we purchase a couple more, whew, okay, still pretty lucky, but sometimes you aren't lucky at all. So say we go a couple times with the boots. Out of the 4 purchases, we get 2 blues, 1 yellow, as well as 1 legendary. We're gonna talk more about legendaries and effects, how you can transfer them from one item to the next. But it's already important to know that legendaries are not your primary concern. You want to make sure you first find a very nice yellow item on which you can put the legendary effect. Anyways, the next one right here is the Alchemist, Veroka. So right here you can buy different tiers of potions. So they will instantly heal you for a X amount of HP and also heal you for more over time. And of course, the higher level your potion is, the better the effect. This goes all the way to level 90. While we can also craft some elixirs, which I definitely recommend you to do, as these also give you an experience boost of 5% for half an hour. While right here you can also refine the resources. So say I want to craft a minor healing potion right here. I still need some Gallow Vine, so I'm just going to check out this tab. So let's move on to the next NPC right here, which is your Stable Master. Right here you can manage your stable and select your current steed as well as its accessories. For this though, you're gonna have to progress through the campaign, complete mounts Donan's Favor, which is not available during beta once again, but we have mounts right here, a Barding's tab, as well as a trophy tab, and also a vendor. So this is probably the place where you can get your hands on your first steed. Moving back to the center of the village, right here we also have our healer. So say you're not full HP or still missing a couple of potions, before you want to get into battle, you can click on this character and that will basically do the job. Anyways, a little bit north from it, we have the weapons and armor vendor, as well as the blacksmith, which is also very important for crafting, salvaging, and getting your hands on new resources. So first off, pretty straightforward. If you have bad items, for example blues, you just want to get rid of those by selling them to the merchant. These vendors are pretty nice if you search for a quick stat boost to make things a little bit easier, deal with boss fights a lot better. Well, it could be interesting to purchase some weapons or armor right here. For example, these boots are level 15, these are level 16. Give us more armor while the stats aren't fantastic. We're gonna change the stats of our items, by the way. So let's first check out the blacksmith. If we use the salvage hammer, we can salvage items. So here we have some rank of twisting blades, penetration shot, attack speed. So a lot of ranking, while this one right here has dexterity. So if we destroy this item, we can get some resources out of it, while we can also salvage the legendary effect, which I definitely recommend you to do instead. Destroy yellow items for those resources and keep the legendary ones. So after you've destroyed some items, what you can do is go to this vendor right here with the 3 little dots. It's basically your oculist, extract and imprint aspects. You've probably already come across these codex powers, let's say. If you complete a dungeon, you will get your hands on these guys. As you can see, this one was unlocked by completing Derelict Lodge in the Fractured Peaks, which is a rogue effect, but sometimes if you salvage an item, you will also get these, which you can find if you open up your inventory in the aspect tab right here. So right here we have many different aspects which we can use to enhance our gear. While unfortunately it's not possible to extract the effect of the gloves and place something else on it. So if I want this effect, I have to delete these gloves entirely. What I can do though is take this item with plus stats, plus attack speed and crit chance, which is a pretty nice one, and we can place it right here. Then go to our aspects and search for a very nice effect. So say the distant enemies, we want to stun these. It's gonna help out very nicely for our range build. We just place the aspect in there and bam! There you have your yellow gloves with all the same stats, while it also comes with the legendary effect. At this vendor, you can also change the attributes or enchant your weapons and armor. So say I drag and drop this item in there with plus 5 all stats, plus 3 attack speed, as well as plus 2.5% crit chance. We can choose, for example, to get rid of the all stats. If we select this one, well, we can also get rid of the other two, which I would definitely not do. But now if we press enchant, we will use the resources which we got from salvaging items, and then we will get a new type of random enchantment. This, however, will also bind the item to your account, so you will not be able to trade it anymore. So we're just gonna gamble, and now we get plus 16 dexterity or plus 15 strength, or we could keep the enchantment. I'm very happy with this. We got 16 dex, which is pretty difficult to get your hands on, so very nice gloves actually. And this is why I also saved some yellow items with pretty decent stats. So these are actually better than my legendaries, which I currently have equipped. So what we're gonna do is extract the aspect from these daggers. Cost 9,000, so it's not very cheap. And we're gonna do the same with this one. Definitely make sure you have enough money for all this, because yes, your item will be destroyed in the end. But right now we can just go to imprint aspects and we can go for the flurry in a circle, place that right there, go to our equipment. So with 13 dexterity, core skill damage and damage to slowed enemies, we now get one which also has the flurry effect for 2,000. When you evade or shadow step, you leave behind a cluster of grenades with explosions. These even stun my enemies, so it's a fantastic one to get your hands on. So there we go, we just upgraded 2 yellow items into legendary ones, and one of them also comes with a socket. So we can actually craft some gems if we want to make this item even more powerful. And for that you want to visit the jeweler, which can be found in town as well. Here you can purchase some rings and amulets if you don't have one yet, but once you've gotten your hands on a couple of gems, you can actually craft them right here. They don't have to be in your inventory. They can also be in the bank or your chest, which we're going to talk about in a second. But here you can see that we can craft many different types of gems. So as a rogue, I'd love to get my hands on some extra base damage. I'm going to go with the chipped emerald. We're just going to craft one of these bad boys. And voila, if we put it in our weapon, it will also give that extra crit chance. This weapon doesn't have any sockets yet, so what we can do is go to add sockets, drag this one in there and add a socket. Voila, now we can craft another chipped emerald and we can place it in there as well. So now we have two weapons with both these emeralds inside. You can also use the unsocket to get a gem out of there, which also costs money, so definitely be careful. But that's basically how you pimp your gear in the game. You can also upgrade your jewelry, which is pretty nice. If you just drop one of them in there, you can upgrade the stats. Then, last but not least, we also have our own little room inside the village, which you can find near the wardrobe and the stash. So if you have items inside your stash, like the gemstones, you can always use those when crafting. While here you can also purchase additional tabs for a lot of money. And the cool thing is you can also edit the tabs. You can choose an icon, say make one with gemstones, then also name it gemstones. Or if this one is filled with armor, let's say, we can choose this icon and change the name to armor, as all the loot inside will be shared among your characters. So if I want to use this magic shield with a necromancer, I can just log into the character, visit the chest and get access to it. Money is also shared, so unfortunately I'm pretty broke on this character right now. So this is gonna be the case for all my characters. We also have the wardrobe, which I think is pretty cool. So here you can transmog or customize the way how your character looks. So we have different variants. You can also go with the default look right here. So with the Transmogrification, my face looks a little bit different right now because I salvaged another item with this specific look, and now it's possible for me to equip that on my character and choose different color styles based on that, so I can make my character look however I want. You can do a lot with this. I think it's very fun to play around with, especially if you find some pink pants, let's say, and you are not happy about it at all. You can just get rid of it. And you can also save these looks on slots. So right now I'm just gonna discard. Say we don't want to mess up. Right here we can save our favorite look. And if we mess up, we can always press slot 1 to get this ensemble once again. Sometimes in the world you will also come across these campfires, which are not necessarily inside villages, but if you interact with them, you can increase the experience gained from monster kills with every stack. And of course, last but not least, we also have the waypoint in the center of the town, which you can click to get access to the other waypoints to quickly travel. While you can also do this if you just open up the map and click that way. And yeah, this will also be the place where you will usually find your portal as well as those of party members, which will be around this circle. If you click those, you will instantly teleport to your friends. So that is basically it. Alright, so there you have it. Everything you need to know about the village. Who knows, there are going to be more NPCs to interact with after the beta has ended, but this already gives you a nice idea of all the possibilities in Diablo 4 to salvage your items, enchant them, or maybe swap enchants from one item to another, change the attributes, and of course make your character look a little bit different. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video helpful, and of course if you want to see more Diablo 4, don't hesitate to subscribe, as there is a lot more coming your way. Right now it's 4 AM out, so have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.